Much, Gareth. Hi guys, so welcome to today's webinar on why to choose Queen's University for your postgraduate taught education course. So today's presentation, I'll try not to go into too much detail, but give you an overview of what it's like to study at Queen's and looking at our entry requirements. There'll be a mixture of videos and some content throughout as well. We'll go on then to talk about our unique offering at Queen's of the graduate skill, a bit about campus life, fees and scholarships, how to make an application, and then at the end, if you keep putting your questions in to Gareth, we'll go through them at the end of the presentation. So Queen's is like no other. So we like to think that we're a university, that we're quite unique, and we're not like any other university in the UK. And some of the reasons for that are that we're part of the Russell Group. So Queen's is a member of the Russell Group, which is the UK's leading top 24 research intense universities. We've a rich history here at Queen's, being a red brick building. We're almost 200 years old, one of the oldest universities in the UK. We also have a very unique location here in Belfast. It's one of the UK and Ireland's most vibrant and affordable cities, and we'll touch on that a wee bit later. We're packed with energy, culture, and history as well. We're future focused. We're ranked 170 in the world for our graduate prospects, and we're also a sustainable future for all. So we're committed to net zero and one of the leading institutions in the UK for sustainability. So enough about from me. Let's hear from our students why they think Queen's is like no other.
Queen's is a world-class education.
Queen's is a rich history.
Queen's is a unique location.
Queen's is affordable student living.
Queen's is future focused.
Queen's is a sustainable future for all. Queen's is
Like no other.
Okay, so hopefully that gave you a little flavour about what you can expect when studying at Queen's. So I'm going to go on now and talk a wee bit about how the university is structured and some of the courses that you could study while at Queen's. So we have 3 faculties within Queen's, and I'm going to now talk you through each one of them. There's 15 schools across the 3 faculties, and we have over 150 postgraduate taught courses for you to choose from. So within our Faculty of Arts, Humanities and Social Sciences, we have our 5 main schools. So everything from arts, English and languages, to law, history, anthropology, philosophy and politics, social sciences, education and social work, and finally our Queen's Management School. And then within that faculty as well, we have our 2 institutes. We have the Senator George Mitchell Institute for Global Peace, Security and Justice, and also our William J. Clinton Leadership Institute, which is based at Riddle Hall, part of our Queen's Management School. So within that faculty itself, some of the new courses that we have, so you can go onto our website, right on the main page of our website, qub.ac.uk. If you type in, click on the right hand side for the postgraduate taught courses, it will give you that list of 150 courses. But within the Faculty of Arts, Humanities and Social Sciences, I've just highlighted some of the new courses that we have for entry within September 2024. So we have our Financial Risk Management, we have our Linguistics MA, also Philosophy, Social and Global Inequality, and we have the MBA now, which comes with an internship as well. We also have a range within this faculty of conversion courses. So these are courses which are open to people from backgrounds from all degrees. So if you haven't studied that subject before, and we have those conversion courses in English, geopolitics, human resource management, marketing, masters in law, and the MBA, and also the MBA with the internship. And within this faculty as well, we have several conversion courses which are open to students providing they have relevant professional experience. So that would be the likes of your global security and borders, international public policy, international relations, philosophy, politics, violence, terrorism and security, and also applied behavioural analysis. Moving on then to our second faculty, the Faculty of Engineering and Physical Sciences. So you'll see the 6 schools that we have. Everything within this school from the likes of your chemistry and chemical engineering, maths and physics related subjects, natural and built environment, electrical engineering and computer science as well, mechanical and aerospace engineering, and finally our School of Psychology. So again, just within this faculty, to give you an idea of the new courses that we have emerging for September 24, we have our new Net Zero Engineering course, our Biopharmaceutical Engineering, Climate Change, Artificial Intelligence, and also then our conversion courses, so open to anyone who hasn't studied within that subject area before, would be software development, psychosocial sciences, and also planning and development. And what might be of interest to some of the international students that we have on our webinar today, there's actually a scholarship within this faculty. It's the International Sustainability Scholarship, and it's £5,000 worth of funding if you study on the Net Zero Engineering course, the Environmental Engineering course, or the Climate Change course as well. So that might be of some interest to you. And then lastly, moving on to our final faculty, Faculty of Medicine, Health and Life Sciences. So the likes of medicine, dentistry and biomedical science, biological sciences, or pharmacy, and also our nursing and midwifery sit within this faculty. Some of the new courses then that we're offering for September 24 is our advanced pharmacy practice and our parasitology and infection biology as well. And then just one conversion course within this faculty is our Leadership for Sustainable Development MSc as well. So the best thing to do if you're thinking about the courses that we have available is to go onto our website. You can look up each course, you can see what the entry requirements are for it as well, but also the range of courses that we have across our 3 faculties. So if you are applying, looking to apply for a master's, what we would normally ask for would be the UK degree requirement equivalent of a 2-1. But again, that varies from course to course. For some courses, we will accept a 2-2. The majority of them will be a 2-1. So again, best thing to do, go onto our website, find the course that you're really interested in and look up our entry requirements for that. In terms of any international students that we have, there may be an English language requirement for the course. So we would normally look around a 6.5 in your IELTS. But again, go onto the website, have a look, and I'm going to put up some details at the end of some useful website links, but also email addresses that you can contact us if you do have any questions about the equivalencies of the entry requirements. So I want to move on to an exciting offering that we have here at Queen's, and that's the graduate school. So Queen's Graduate School is quite different from other universities' graduate school in that it's an actual physical building on site, on campus here, right beside our main Lanyon building. And it is actually my favourite building that we have at Queen's. It's just such a historical building. It's beautiful. It used to be the old library here. And it is really an oasis for the likes of our postgraduate students. So both postgraduate taught and our PhD students here at Queen's have exclusive access to the graduate school, and that's the lovely building that you can see here on screen. So our graduate school houses within it as well. We have silent study areas, we have rooms that you can hire out. For example, if you're doing group work, there's also lots of seminars that take place within the graduate school itself. And it's also a nice place for our postgraduate and potentially our more mature students where they can hang out and meet and really have a space that is their own at Queen's. But the graduate school is more than just a building. So the graduate school, what we have is an ethos within the graduate school, and we have our school pillars. So what we want is we want you to come to Queen's and study your masters, but we don't want you to just leave with that qualification. We want you to be the innovators and the leaders of the future. We want you to have great communication skills. We want you to be a disruptive and critical thinker, and we want you to be future ready. So at the graduate school, we have a host of development programs that can run alongside your degree program. That means when you come out of Queen's, you're not just coming out with that master's certificate, you're coming out future ready. You will have networks, you'll have met people within Queen's, you'll have met people externally without Queen's, and we hope that you really are coming out future ready and ready to be the next innovator. So some of the development programs that I talked about, we do everything from our academic essentials. So if there's anybody online watching this webinar that has maybe been away from education for a few years and you're thinking, how am I going to get back into the swing of academic writing and reading? We have workshops for that. So come along to our academic writing workshops. We have one-to-one academic support as well. So for anyone that has been away from education for a while and is thinking about coming back and doing a master's, there's an array of courses that are available for you. All of the courses, bar one, that we offer within the graduate school are also free for our Masters and PhD students as well. The course that we do ask for you to pay for would be our Chartered Management Institute accredited Level 7 qualification. So that is another qualification at Level 7 that we teach alongside your Masters. So essentially, you can come to Queen's, come out with your Masters, and at the end leave not only with that, but also as a chartered manager as well. We also do lots of coaching courses, building your emotional resilience. So these are all workshops that are offered in the graduate school for free. We want you to look at your communication and impact as well. We do brilliant courses in the evening and seminars, such as our Innovation After Hours and Thought Leadership events, again, majority of which are free of charge. We also have careers and employability advice for our master's students, so everything from one-to-one advice to CV and interview workshops as well. And also we work with a lot of collaboration and partners. We want you to come into the graduate school and come in as a master's student at Queen's. We don't want you to be in your silo. We want you to work with other students from other areas as well and really build up your network within the industry and within other industries. And we'll bring in certain mentors in order to help you build up that network as well. But also it's about fitting in and feeling like you're part of the Queen's family. So we want you to be part of the postgraduate community, and we offer different workshops such as our Shut Up and Write workshop where students hang out in the graduate school, and it's really that community where you're talking to like-minded people, so you're learning from them as well. We also have our postgraduate book club, we have our meditation and yoga classes as well, and we do either virtual or in-person coffee catch-ups, so really a way to help you settle into Queen's if the university is new to you. So you can find out more about our graduate school from visiting our website qub.ac.uk/graduate school. So just moving on to talk about our lovely campus and facilities. So over the last 20 years, we have put in £700 million of development into our facilities. So although Queen's is the traditional red brick building, you'll see the picture up here is our new and exciting One Elmwood, and this is our student centre and students' union. So quite modern, just across the road from our Lanyon campus as well. But don't just hear it from me, we have a great video just to show you what studying at Queen's could be like. So hopefully that video gave you an idea of what the campus is like here at Queen's and what you can look forward to. And for anyone that is thinking about coming to Queen's, maybe you've never been to Belfast before, you can go onto our website and book onto a campus tour. So you can come over, make a weekend out of it, and we'll take you around, show you the campus, and we can see if you can get meetings with academics or current students as well, just so you can find out more about the course that you're interested in. So if you are coming to Queen's and you want to stay in accommodation, we have lots of rooms and different options to choose from. Belfast is one of the cheapest places to live in the UK. Our rent ranges from about £110 to £165 per week, and that just depends on whether it's an ensuite room or more of a studio apartment that you would like. And again, it comes with the likes of the Wi-Fi, contents insurance, or 24-hour security as well. So again, if you come onto campus as part of the campus tour, you can see the different options in accommodation. For anyone who is not living in Northern Ireland, we will guarantee accommodation as well for your studies. So if you get a place on the course, there will be guaranteed accommodation as well. And as part of the accommodation package, if you do stay in the Queen's Halls, you'll also get a free off-peak membership to the Queen's sports facility, which is known as the Physical Education Centre, where there's a gym and weights areas, there's exercise classes, 25-metre swimming pool, climbing walls, badminton courts as well. We also have lots of outdoor activities. So we have our Upper Malone playing fields, which host the likes of soccer, rugby, hockey and Gaelic games, as well as our Queen's Boathouse as well. So moving on then, I touched on it about money and money matters and the cost of living here in Northern Ireland. So Belfast actually has the lowest cost of living in the UK. It's over £300 per month cheaper for students to live in Belfast compared with London, and that was a study conducted by Which. And also Queen's was ranked second out of 8 universities for the cost of living within the UK as well. So you'll see that Belfast could be a very affordable option in terms of living and also with the guaranteed accommodation. So I'm sure you're quite interested to hear as well about the range of scholarship and loans. Depending on which region you're coming from and what subject you're studying, we have a wide range of loans available. So there's too many for me to go into individually, but just to let you know that we do offer lots of scholarships. So as well as the sustainability programme scholarship, we offer lots of other scholarships exclusively for international postgraduate taught students, up to the value of £8,500. And then for any students that we have online that are from England, we offer a loan. So you can apply for a postgraduate taught loan for up over £12,000. So that will depend, that's the one specific to England, but there's also loans available for students from other regions within the UK as well. So again, the best thing to do is go onto our website and see for your region what the best funding option is available for you. For any international students that we do have here with us today, and you're thinking about your visa and immigration, we have an immigration support service team. They're actually based in our new building, which is 1 Elmwood Student Centre and Students' Union, and they provide specialist advice in relation to anything visa and immigration matters. So they offer a service anything from applying for a visa for coming to the UK, change to study plans or times, your immigration compliance, engagement monitoring, and also any graduate routes as well. So there's no appointment necessary especially if you're on campus. You can just drop in to speak to our team, who can give you lots of helpful advice. If you're not on campus, you can email them at immigration@qub.ac.uk for more information. And moving on then finally to talk about making an application. So if you are interested in studying your master's journey at Queen's, you can apply through our online application portal, which is known as the DAP. So I have left and I'll leave the link up here for anyone that's interested in that. Whenever you go to apply online, it is an application form that you'll need to fill out, And then you'll also be required to provide some supporting documents. So we would ask for the likes of your degree transcripts or any of your educational transcripts, either current or anything that you've completed for a completed period of study. And we'll also ask usually for 2 referees. So you'll ask for 2 references, usually to be from an academic background. So someone who's familiar with your work at undergraduate level as well. So that rounds up the presentation on Queen's University today. Just want to leave you with some useful information. So the best thing to do if you're thinking about applying to Queen's, go onto our website, look at those 150 postgraduate taught courses that we have and find out more about the course. Find out about what the modules are, what you'll be studying, and what the entry requirements are as well. So for anyone from the UK, so domestic inquiries, you can email pg.apply@qub.ac.uk. Or international inquiries then, it's intl.admissions@qub.ac.uk. And also, if you want to find out more just about general postgraduate study at Queen's, visit the postgraduate part of our website. So thanks very much for your attention.
International viewers some insight. I mean, I'm from the UK myself. I'm from Southwest in Plymouth, and I've never been to Belfast. I've never really seen Belfast before, really. So to see those videos was great. To actually see what the university, it actually appears, and correct me if I'm wrong here, it's actually a nice range of old and new. It looks like, you know, the computer science building, for instance, looks innovative and new. And then you've got your main campus building, which looks traditional and it's got the history of it. Is that, there's not many unis around the world that still have that, really. Is that a huge coup for you guys in terms of any student looking to come to Queen's Uni? They've got that in their locker, really.
Yeah, so as I say, it is like, we do describe it as the main building that you can see here on the picture. That's known as the Lanyon building, often referred to as very Hogwarts or Harry Potter-esque, especially if you're in some of the rooms like the Great Hall, just these grand, majestic rooms. And there is teaching that happens within the main Lanyon building as well. The beautiful quad area out the back. So unfortunately, not such a sunny day in Belfast today. But yesterday, when the sun was out, you know, you'll have the students between their classes hanging out on the lawn here at the quad. But then, as you say, we've spent that £700 million over the last 20 years investing in our facilities. So while we have the main campus, we also have several buildings off that, as you mentioned, the computer science building, the beautiful new One Elmwood Student Support Student Centre and Student Union as well. So it is that great mix of modern, again, with that historic. And I suppose that's quite like Belfast as well. And Belfast is a place to study, obviously, and people will know about our history, but it's also the modern Belfast and how we're moving with the times. And it is becoming a very sought after place to study and also for travel as well. And then the good news is, if anyone is thinking about staying in the halls, they have you know, had an overhaul recently. So our accommodation, as you'll have seen in the video as well, is very state of the art. We have three different sites that you can stay on. So we have BT9, which is more like a village, so it's known as Elms Village. But then some of our students, and potentially more of our master's students, just because they're that bit older, like to live in BT1 and BT2, which are actually our city centre apartments as well. So you're right in the heart of Belfast city centre, but never more than 15 minutes walk from the campus as well.
Yeah, I think that's a lovely point to bring up, actually. One of the things that was staggering was the affordability of the accommodation. I couldn't believe it when I saw the numbers. To give that some context, we did a webinar last week or 2 weeks ago with a London-based university. Accommodation in general is anywhere between £300 to £600 per month. So you're almost half the price to live in a capital city, a major capital city as well in the UK. With a very presumably diverse and cultural audience and amount of students there. Is that right? Is there a lot of international students there?
Yeah, we do, and you know, every year upon year, we see more of our international students come in. There's a big drive for international students at the moment in order to make us a real multicultural campus as well. So again, students, we're seeing an increase in the number of students as well from the UK coming over to Belfast. So we're previously, you know, it's seen because there's that bit of water and you have to get on the plane to come and visit us. We can be seen as quite different from the likes of mainland UK. However, what you will find, for example, I was in London last week for a conference, and the flight was, was an hour. So it actually took me less time traveling from Belfast to London than it did my colleague traveling from York to London.
Yeah.
So it is very accessible as well. Also for the
That's
likes of our
important to
students,
remember.
just depending on visa, but for the likes of our students that come over, and for any domestic students that are coming over, you know, from England, Wales, or Scotland as well, at the weekend they can take a trip down to the south of Ireland as well. So you know, it really is bringing you lots of culture as well. The location as well. So we'd mentioned the old and the new, and that's probably a bit like Belfast itself for anyone that hasn't visited before. You know, you can go 10 minutes one way from our campus and you've got lovely green countryside. You go 10 minutes the other way and you're right in the heart of the city centre. So it kind of has the best of both worlds. Some of our students like the, you know, going out during the week, but at the weekends they maybe head off to the coast. We're not too far from beaches along here, so they'll head off to the coast, or they'll go hiking with lots of mountain ranges here in Belfast as well. So it really does give that that mix of the city and country life as well as the old and new.
And it's important to note as well that people might watch this and hear this and think, why? Why is it so cheap? Why is it so nice to live in? Why is it, you know, not the same cost as London? Got to remember, you guys are Russell Group partners as well. You know, you are Chevening partners. You mentioned earlier, most of your admissions requirements are 2-1 or above.
Yeah.
And so from there, so it's a very high caliber university to study at, and actually does have some real momentum on your resume or your CV when somebody looks at that. We have had a couple of questions come in around the financing of it. Now, you had a nice slide just before that about how it was, I think it was something along the lines of 8,500 international scholarship and then around 12,000 for a UK loan. How does an international student, this is a question that's come in, how much is the deposit for an international student and how are the installments paid? Are they able to pay installments? How does that work?
So again, that varies course to course. So as I'd said before, we're split into 3 different faculties. So the likes of those faculties then just depending on course, and that's based as well on obviously the number of people we have applying to each course, the deposit and when that is due, and if that is due will depend upon that. So unfortunately, there's no one answer fits all. But the best thing to really do is go onto the website, find the course that you're interested in, and within that course finder, it'll tell you everything about the deadlines for applying for the course, if there's a deposit, and how the payment methods can be split out. Again, for those courses that are highly sought after and we have more applications than you know places, it's about getting in and guarantee your place. So a lot of those conversion courses as well that I showed on the screen will be very popular, and people looking to diversify, and they've maybe done a degree, they're maybe not enjoying the area they've done the degree in, and they're really looking to diversify into a different area. So they, for example, can fill up quite fast. So it's best to get your application in for that as early as you can.
And speaking of courses, someone's asked about PhD offerings and research, and even if we go a bit more broad to that, distance learning and online learning opportunities, is that something that you guys offer, or is it predominantly on campus only?
We are predominantly on campus, so you know, we've such great facilities here in Belfast, we've such great academic staff as well, that we don't do any of the distance learning courses, and that goes for PhDs, and though this presentation was more on the PGT side of things, but we are more campus-based university.
there's a lot of universities like that. In particular, post-COVID, you would think everybody would want to get out and about and explore new places. Another question that's come in is they're a British overseas student, but they're in a British overseas territory. Will they be considered as international or UK? Good question. You know, if they're from Gibraltar or if they're from the Falklands, are they classed as international or is that domestic? It might be a question that you maybe not know, but give it a go.
That's definitely one for our admissions team.
Yeah.
So that would be I would try the pg.apply.qub.ac.uk that we have here on the screen, and you can shoot them off an email and provide as much detail in that email as you can get in terms of dates, origin of birth, and also the dates that you've lived in the different countries. They'll be able then to look at that on a one-on-one basis.
Okay, just touching upon, we've had a couple of questions around the English language requirement. They're in a Russian university at the moment. They don't grade it like a 2-1 or above. Is it still possible to come in? And following on from that, I've had my English language requirement granted and given me kind of the thumbs up by my university rather than a IELTS or a TOEFL or Pearson's, anyone like that. Does that matter? So I know there's two parts to that, but if you want to try your best maybe with the first part about the courses and then obviously onto IELTS.
So we do equivalencies as well. So it's obviously just a generic presentation that I've given today. So just to give you an idea, it would be a 2-1 if you're obviously at the likes of the Russian university where it's not graded that way. Again, on our website, you can go into our international section and find your country. So you can find the country that you've got the qualification from, and it will break it down into what our qualifications mean. Again, any issues, contact the international admissions team. But when doing that, just try to provide as much information as you can. So for example, if you can even attach the likes of your transcripts as well, that will really help our team translate that or transfer that into what that would equate to in the likes of a UK qualification. In terms of the IELTS, it would be IELTS qualification or the TEFL that we would be looking for. So I think, having the university say you have English to a certain standard, it is the IELTS that we would be looking for in that case. But there's lots of IELTS centres available, so there would still be time to go and get the qualification.
And of course, talk to you guys. You guys want to help. You want them there. You want them in the city. So
Definitely.
absolutely talk. Another question has come in. Do you have any part-time employment opportunities for international students? Always an important question, not only post-graduation, but during your course as well.
Yeah, so definitely if you come and study a master's here, there's lots of opportunities for work. For example, we have lots of student ambassadors. So while you're studying your master's, if you're looking to earn some additional money as well, we have lots of students, especially lots of international students or students from GB, because we have lots of guests that come over here. So we have guests that visit us from different countries and want to see the campus because they're thinking about coming here. So what better way to have someone show them around that's someone that has been in their shoes as well. So lots of roles for student ambassador roles within my department specifically. We love to see and hear of people wanting to join our student ambassador list. So we give you the full training. You help out in the likes of our open days, at events that we host around campus as well. And it's a real opportunity for you to give some of your lived experience to those students that are currently in the shoes where you are now.
And what about post-graduation as well? Because that's so important about connections and partnerships. Presumably you've got good examples, being in a capital city, being a major player, being a Russell Group uni, that you could put the student in the direction of a big company or potentially somewhere like that.
Yeah, so not only the likes, so we have our careers service as well, our careers and guidance service, who not only can help you with your CV writing and interview techniques, but they also host an offer of careers fairs. So there's actually one happening next week. So there's another university in Northern Ireland, and we would team together and put on careers fairs just to help our students really get in contact with employers out there, But as I mentioned during the presentation as well, our graduate school and the offering they have really is second to none. So we host lots of smaller events as well. So looking at the industry that you're in, and within the graduate school, there's lots of networking events that will take place as well. So that's an opportunity for you to meet with the big employers in Northern Ireland, or maybe some of the more niche employers as well, depending on what subject you're studying. And it's a really good way for you to start those conversations while you're studying, so that you have those contacts whenever you graduate for looking for employment in the future.
Okay, and the final question we've got is around funding and scholarships. It's a very popular theme, always is. Do you offer any third-party scholarships? I mentioned Chevening earlier on, but obviously there's a whole host. Chevening, Marshall, Commonwealth, a whole host of them. Are you open to the additional, let's say they apply for 8,500 scholarship? Are you then open to external scholarships to then obviously top that up?
Yeah, we would be. So again, probably I'm not the best to go into the details in terms of what scholarships we do have. As you know, there's such an array as well that we'll accept. But yes, we love our campus. We think we really do believe that we are one of the best universities in the UK, if not the world. And we want students to come here and enjoy their time at Queen's. So we would be open to looking at scholarships from other external or third parties.
I just want to finish on one point, because I've just seen in the chat there about, are they allowed to travel over to Belfast with dependents, with family? I think that's probably one of the biggest things that's changed in the last 10 years in education, postgraduate education, is that accessibility to allow your family to come and move over with you. You guys are open to that, and as a result, do you see your audience potentially more broad rather than just being aged 22 to 25?
Yeah, we definitely do. And as I said earlier, with the graduate school, we do that like return to writing as well. So, we're very open to, and we know that not everybody comes from an undergraduate straight onto the postgraduate. There may have been a break in education as well. People have gone off, had families, have dependents. So yeah, there's accommodation as well that we can look at. Again, with our team that we have, and you can look at and see if you can come to Queen's, and where we can maybe find you accommodation for it's more for a family rather than the likes of that student living as well. So all within our one Elmwood team as well.
And it goes back to what you said earlier, 10 minutes go to the left, you're in the countryside, 10 minutes to the right, you're in the city centre. So huge opportunities for any student looking to move their family. I would recommend it, get settled. It might be that you want to get away from family, if that's fine, also come over. There's some huge benefits. Orla, thank you for your time. It's been a great insight into the university, Belfast. It's always interesting hearing from different UK universities, but that's been one of the better ones, which is great. I'd like to thank you for your time. At this stage, I'd like to offer anybody that's watching, anyone watching on demand, to register for our bursary. We hand out 5 £2,000 bursaries per year, part of the Postgrad Solutions branding. That will be chosen at random in October. There will be one lucky student that has registered and watched via our webinar service in 2024 that is guaranteed to win. So keep watching. If you're not sure on anything, we do have some special IELTS opportunities coming up, webinars. We have accommodation options. We have business law webinars. So feel free to take a look at our Postgrad Insights page, find out when the next webinar is, and find out more information. If you have any more information around today's webinar, please get in contact with myself, Gareth at postgradsolutions.com, or you can reach directly to Orla. The details were on her screen earlier. You will all receive a copy of this webinar. It's been fantastic, and Orla will also have your details as well, so no doubt we'll reach out to you. But for now, thank you very much. Orla, we look forward to welcoming you again soon in the next 12 months, and thank you. Take care.
Great, Gareth. Thanks so much. Hopefully see some of you in Queen's in the future. Thank you.
Bye-bye.